Que lo que mi gente, this review is going to be a little bit different because I've never reviewed something that I dislike so much. But anyways, today we're talking about the Big Agnes AXL Air Insulated Sleeping Pad. And I detest this pad. Now, this doesn't come with trial, right? I took this to the Fool's Loop. So I did a bike packing trip. It was 4 days, sleeping on this thing, everything from high mountain to low valley, in middle in the camping park, right? Slept in it all over the place. And I detest this pad for a lot of reasons. But before I get to the pad, let me give you the specs. This is a $250 pad in the long wide. It's 15.9 ounces, so it's pretty light. And then 25 inches wide by 78 inches long. So big pad, super expensive pad, really light pad. Now, the bads. Actually here, let's go with the goods first. The only good, honestly, in my opinion, is the weight and then the size of it. It does pack down pretty small, but there's other pads that pack down just as small that are not as expensive, significantly better in all areas. So if we start, first thing I'm gonna say is, this is a 3-inch pad. 3 inches normally equals a lot more comfort. Let me take my boots off quick. This pad, the only way I can explain it is fake comfort. You lay on it at first and you're like, oh wow, this is nice. Because these baffles and all that do a really good job initially of cradling your body, and it really does feel good. But once you go to sleep a full night in it, I don't know what it is. I've woken up with both shoulders super sore multiple nights in a row, have not gotten good sleep, and then my hip bottoms out. I'm a side sleeper. My hip bottoms out. The worst thing then is I also get super cold. So this pad isn't warm at all. I slept, it was maybe 34-ish or 40 degrees, somewhere around there, cold that night. And I'm a very warm sleeper, and I was cold on this thing. Especially when you're on your side, you can just feel the cold seeping into your hip bone, and it just gets worse and worse overnight. Then, this pad is super slippery. So it just slips around, and if for some reason the only spot that you have to lay a tent is on a bit of an incline, you'll find yourself slipping by the middle of the night. You're all the way at the other end of the tent or at the head end of your tent because of how slippery this thing is. It just moves all around. Then Big Agnes probably thought they were really smart doing some cool thing with this one valve, right? There's one valve that you can then do that too, which sounds cool until you go to pack this thing up. Because what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to put this in there, lets all the air out. It doesn't really let that much air out. You still have to push a ton. Then, check this out. When you go to fold it, this isn't how I would roll it up, but just to show you. Super slow, I gotta push hard right now. Once you get to the end, actually, here, one sec. Let me pack it up how I would pack it up. Look how it just opens up. Okay, it opens up. So now you gotta refold, re-squeeze. Okay, you're seeing this. You're seeing this. Look at this. Re-squeeze, keep folding, hold on, keep folding. Now, you get to the part here, right, where you're gonna roll over the valve. You slow down all the air out, or if you go to take it out, well, then no more air comes out, then you're left with air in there. So you gotta come back, find it, put this in there again. Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta put this in there to let air out. Imagine doing this with super cold hands. Okay, then now it's not folded, right? So you lost all your little package. Air's still not coming out, even though it's in there. And then there's just always this little last bit of air that's in there. Then, sure, it could fall down small. Sure, Big Agnes. Here, let's take out this inflation sack that you don't include with the pad. Oh. Oh. No. Oh. No. Guess what doesn't fit? The pad into the tiny bag. You have to be super particular about however you fold this up, because just like you're seeing, it just likes to squish and expand out. And then this, it doesn't let enough air out for you to actually roll it up tight enough to get in there and take advantage of the space savings of this. Come on, Big Agnes. So, net overall, right? Where I'm at with this, a $250 pad that is not comfortable. It's not warm. It's not easy to pack up. Sure, it can be small when you do it perfectly, but that's it. So the answer to the question of, is this worth your money? Absolutely not. For $250, you can buy yourself a whole nother tent. You can buy 2 sleeping pads, 2 high-end sleeping pads, potentially. If you work right with the sales in this thing, I don't know what you did, Big Agnes. Super big miss. The other thing too that didn't happen to me, but if you read all the reviews, is that a lot of people say that it comes apart really easily at the seams, or it pops, or all these other things, because they're trying to make this uber light, super light, and because of that the material isn't as strong, and they probably use a little less glue and all that. Whatever it is that causes this to either fall apart or puncture extremely easily. So that was a several minute hate session on the AXL Air, but I would highly warn anybody against getting this thing. That is so much money. There are so much better pads out there, so do not get the Big Agnes AXL Air, because it is not worth the money. All right, well, this was super negative. Normally I'm super positive, but I want you to not spend your money on this, because I do not think it's worth it. I'm pretty mad I spent the money on it myself, but I hope this helped you on your journey to find the right sleeping pad, and hopefully it directed you away from the AXL Air. So thank you to my patrons. I super appreciate you supporting me. We'll keep reviewing things. We'll keep having more fun. Let me know down below if there's anything else that you'd like me to review that you've seen in my videos, or if there's other gear that you are really interested and would like me to review. Maybe I have it, or I can get my hands on it. See you on the next one.